Bernie. Take her away. Oh, absolutely.
Up to 109 followers now.
There we go.
Right, there we are. So that's that. Ow. I'm going to put you on my phone. So let me sort that out.
You should be ready with that already.
I have to wait because I'm sharing everything first. Share it to the Discord. Straight to balls. Don't do announcements. HoboKeef podcasts. Boom. And there you are. You've just popped up on my phone saying live.
Mine's already.
Hey?
Mine's all ready to go.
Yeah. At Twitch. Let's do this. And now, where have you gone now?
Usually at the bottom somewhere.
I have to put it on watch because it was on create on my phone.
To be fair, I'm actually quite looking forward to this. I want to see what you've come up with.
There we are.
Boom.
Boom. Rightio. Right.
Oh, now I'm covering up my things.
Right, so podcast number 4. Welcome everyone. Hope everyone is all okay, apart from us sweating like mad. But yes, we're all good. But we're going to jump straight in with a bit of Starfield, as a brother has been playing it. I haven't got round to it yet, but I'm going to let him run with this one. So off you go, brother.
Well, to be fair, we slated it a bit last week, didn't we?
Yeah.
From what we'd seen, graphics were quite terrible. I'm actually going for they were console versions.
Right.
Or it was, like I said to you, the automatic setting on it was to set everything to low.
Is there a way of doing it so you can up the graphics on PC on console?
I don't know about console. I didn't bother in the end, did I? I went on PC.
Yeah.
But like I say, even on my PC, it starts it on low automatically. I'm guessing it's for sort of safety rather than keep crashing the game.
Yeah.
Well, like I say, I turned mine right up, right at the start, and obviously showed yourself.
Yeah.
And to be fair, them graphics were 10 times better than what they actually looked on streams.
Fairly decent.
Yeah, they weren't exactly lacking like they looked like. But straight off, I did get the feeling No Man's Sky. I said that. I said it looked like it. It still feels like it. Only there's a lot more fast travel in it, as opposed to actually having to travel.
Yeah.
There's no real freedom in flying the ship.
Oh, is there not?
No, but you can in space. You can do a bit of flying around in space and that, but it's not like you can just actually fly into the planet.
So you can't like land or take off or anything?
You can, but not you choosing. Like you just click on the map, open the map and say land there.
Yeah.
And then once you get back in your ship, you just fly off and it takes you straight back to space.
I've seen the combat through streamers. I was watching for about a good half hour. I was watching another streamer play, and he was actually just concentrating on the missions. But just like you say, the graphics looked like round about the same as yours. But I think he was yet again playing on PC, not on console.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do any missions or anything like that?
I did quite a few.
Did you?
I pretty much stuck to story missions and went with it. I mean, not that it means much to you, but I'm up to Venus. Like I'm tracking some bloke who basically you have to join a constellation.
Yeah.
Because you have a relic piece that you take to them, and don't have Steam open when you're playing it. That'd be a good start.
Why is that?
You remember we said I was having issues with the controller?
Yes. Yeah.
It's because Steam was open, so
Oh, right.
it was doubling the input from the controller.
Okay.
So I figured that one out, like, because I was trying to do the first thing in space where you shoot in your rockets and everything,
Yeah.
and like the game just kept stopping and stopping, and I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like every time I moved the stick, it was moving the mouse. So as soon as the mouse had left the screen and I pressed something, it was acting as if I was clicking the mouse off the screen.
Ah,
And all
right.
this, I was like, oh, I'll say if this carries on, I'll swap or I'll go back to console with it. But it definitely gives me a very big feel of the Elder Scrolls series.
Does it?
It really does. Like starting the game, to me, it was almost like playing Morrowind again. Now, Morrowind was the third one in that series, which was before Oblivion,
Yeah.
before Skyrim, and all that. And literally, you can just loot half of the stuff. But it's great. So you have a weight limit. So once you're over your weight limit, it starts affecting you more. But the good thing on this one is it doesn't stop you moving, but it stops you fast traveling.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's one of them.
One thing I did see on the streamer I was watching is he used his boost pack, and when
Yeah,
he landed, he fractured his leg.
yeah. I,
Um,
I dislocated a leg.
yeah, he fractured, then healed because he had like two lots of remedies or whatever it was, and then he literally jumped and ran out of boost, fell, and sprained his ankle. And I thought that's going to be one to mention on the podcast.
Oh yes. Like I say, I only had the one time. I just jumped off well, I went off a bridge, and
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that far to fall. Apparently, it was enough to dislocate my leg. So
Oh, is it an
um,
easy enough heal though? Heal process, is that easy enough?
it's just time.
Is it?
You can have stuff to heal it, but I didn't have it, so
No.
it just like it genuinely didn't really affect the character there.
Oh, that's all right then.
So that wasn't too bad. I don't. Well, once I turned off the Steam and actually got the combat a bit better,
Yeah.
that was I didn't mind the combat. It was a lot like Star Wars.
Was it?
Not so much with your powers and all that, but
No.
just
But
the feel of
similar.
it. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It was all right. Like I say, I played 3-4 hours.
What's the no the controls? Are they fairly simple, straightforward, or are they quite tricky?
They're pretty simple actually.
See, yeah,
Again,
because looking at it, it would look like it's a bit OTT, but
no, basically, my original starting issue was the fact I was having two inputs, but
yeah.
the Steam controller setup had the buttons allocated different to the game.
All right, okay.
So when I was pressing A, it was as if I was pressing A and Y. So it was doing both actions. It was well weird.
Yeah.
But like I say, once I'd actually sorted that bit out, it's one of them genuine fuck up. But
Yeah.
no, to be fair, they actually really are quite simple. Most of your actions are A. Your shoot's the same. Your right trigger,
Yeah.
aim's left trigger, scans your LB. Yeah,
Pretty straightforward then.
yeah. I do like the scan screen though, because that kind of helps highlight stuff for you.
Like stuff that's worth looting, maybe.
Well, it just shows you anything you can loot,
Oh, does it?
pretty much. The only thing it doesn't show you is like research terminals and stuff.
Yeah.
But once you found, you've already got them on your ship anyway.
Yeah.
So
What about customizing your ship?
I haven't got to that.
Have you not?
No, if I know you can. I know you can also have more than one ship, but basically I'm not far enough into the game to actually get another ship to do anything really with the ship.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Is there anything else you'd like to mention? Because obviously I've not got round to playing a bit of Starfield, but I do want to try it. But then, like I say, when release did come out, I was kind of a bit like, oh, me and you were very like, we spoke about it pretty instant, and we were like, oh God, it doesn't look great for a game that's 12 years in the making. And I'm not saying it looks dog shite, but the graphics weren't up to the spec where we would expect it for next gen. But like you say, you do PC today, and the difference yet again, PC comes out on top
massively.
Yeah.
And you may as well throw your PS5 in there.
That's what I just wrote down here. So obviously, Starfield, I did say I will play it on PlayStation 5, but I did a little search, had a look on Game, and I was like, why can I not buy it on PlayStation 5? Had a look on the PlayStation Store. This is when the cogs really start turning in Keith's head, and that's not good. It's an Xbox and PC exclusive, so it won't ever be on PlayStation. So it's a shame we don't have any other PlayStation players watching right now, because I'd like to get their opinion on that as well. But is it, because the thing is that you have certain gamers that like Fallout, that like, them sort of games that are made by the same people that make Starfield.
Yeah.
So you think that next game that comes in, Starfield, boom, it's up there. People are going to be liking it, and they're going to go, shit, it's not on PlayStation. It's that. But does this answer one question we asked last week, was how do Xbox benefit from game exclusives on the Game Pass?
Exactly like that.
Is that how they're recovering when they own? What is it? It's better something, isn't it?
Better soft.
Is it? So like you say, it's not a game company that's overlooked. Like you say, there's very good games that have come from it. Like you say, Fallout,
the Elder Scrolls series.
Elder Scrolls, yes. And it like you say, that the games itself that this company does make are actually generally really, really good. For me, it took me a lot to get into Fallout. I played Fallout 3, and then it was Las Vegas. Las Vegas was the one I really rinsed. Then it was 4, and then is it 76?
Yeah.
I think, and I just really couldn't get back into the sync. But yet again, the reason being is because Fallout is one of those games, it just requires a lot of time to, put into that game. And yeah, but one last question for Starfield before we move on is it online or is it just single player?
I've only seen it offline.
Have you?
Yeah.
So wonder if it would go online, maybe if I have a quick gander. One thing I am going to do, 1 second, brother. Where's that now? Without knocking all the Lego off the table. I'm going to turn it down. It's quite blinding me. I might be wearing my glasses and I'm like, wow. So Starfield, isn't it? Starfield. Will it be online?
I can't really see what they'd benefit from adding it to an online.
So, yeah, so 9th of August, it says here, Starfield will not have an online multiplayer mode at launch. Starfield will be an exclusive single-player experience as outlined on the game's Steam store page. This has been confirmed by Todd Howard, who stated in a development...
Hey, I ain't listening to that prick no more.
Oh, okay.
not after the picture I sent you earlier.
Hey?
He was the one who confirmed that there was 50 hours gameplay, main story.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh.
So the problem with that is, I'm sorry to interrupt you, like, but
no.
As I showed you in the picture earlier, there's only actually apparently 17 hours main story.
Yeah.
And it's 50 hours for main story plus sides. and then they reckon it's about 300 hours if you do all the extras.
Oh, that is a bit of a pain in the ass, isn't it? That.
Yeah, so I like to put my facts straight when I get them wrong. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
But
Well, like you said, when you
predictable.
sent me that, you said straight off, "This is interesting." I thought, "Oh, what's he found?" And soon as you highlighted that, I thought, "There you go." Do you have those numbers at hand? How long it actually takes and all that sort of stuff for a quick breakdown, and before we move on from Starfield.
Give me about 10 seconds and I will. So they reckon 17 hours for main story, 50 hours for main and extras. For the full completionist is 204 hours.
Wow. So that's fair enough. See, I'm trying to think now. I might sound absolutely stupid here when I say this. Is Fallout ever? Are you ever able to complete Fallout?
Yes.
Because it's one thing. It's one game. Like I say, Vegas was the one I really, really, really took to, but I never completed it. But is it a completable game?
Yes.
Tis.
Yes. See, the thing was to me, something they do in every single game that is very clever is there is always one set of like knowledge or information or books, or there'll be one storyline in the whole game that actually says the complete opposite story to what people believe.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so again, I'll go back to Morrowind just because it was an easy example. That
Yeah.
there were three gods, and the main story tells you that two of the gods basically sealed the third god with this heart
Yeah.
because he was trying to steal it and become this horrible, nasty bloke. There is one set of lore in that game that actually tells you that he took the heart to stop them two from stealing it and consuming the world with it.
Right.
So because they're the ones that left and he stayed to guard the heart from them, basically their version of the story is what became common knowledge.
Yeah.
And it's they do it in almost every game. There's always one set that's like tells the actual truth of the game.
Never knew that. Never knew that. So that's
Yeah,
quite handy to know.
it's just trying to find it.
Yeah, I bet. Is there anything else on around Starfield or Fallout or anything? I know I brought Fallout in because obviously I've not played Starfield, but it's made by the same creators, so that's why I thought I'd mention Fallout.
Yeah, to me, like I say, I'm not put off Starfield right now.
No.
I'm happy to carry on. You know, I'll probably give it at least another 12 hours.
That's fair
You know,
enough.
you've got to be fair.
Yes, that's going to be in total, what, 15, 16 hours over top, isn't
Yeah,
it, overall?
which to me, if if that game feels grindy by the end of that, then I will stop.
Yeah. You see, for once, I'm going to hand you the reins on that one. If you go, it's a full green light, I think you'll love it, then I'll give it a go. But it's only because, obviously, with what I've kind of got scheduled in my mind, game-wise, coming up before the new games come out, I'm a bit drowning already in the games I need to
Yeah,
get done.
I can guarantee you, Keith will take probably 6.5, 7 hours to get to where I am now.
Just by the customizing and all that sort of shit.
To be honest, that's the one thing that did throw me.
Was it?
Because there's no explanation before it. And there's not exactly much of an explanation for your traits and for your... So basically, with all of their games, when you make a character, you basically have to pick your certain stats and stuff that you get boosted and some that are lowered and pardon me, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So when you got onto your customizing screen to create your character, you have to pick them then. But you haven't exactly played the game to figure out what it is that you could use or what you'd need. Or
so that'll just throw a key from the go. That's three streams in already.
I'll guarantee you sit there for an hour reading all of them.
Yeah. So one thing that I would like to mention, with obviously you highlighting Starfield, is I had a look on PlayStation a little bit earlier when I got in, and obviously I knew it weren't going to be on PS5 after having a look and all that sort of stuff. But there's one game, the main game, and the main reason why I've been wanting a PlayStation 5 is the God of War. I can't remember what it's called now. Is it Ranganoff? I can't remember what it's called.
Ragnarok.
Yeah, something like that. So I've been saving my game points up. I'm at about £35 now. And I thought to myself,
How the fuck have you got that back, man? You only just spent all that.
I know, yeah, well, I took out cover for my PlayStation, so I got £10 points back there. And then because I spent £400 on the console,
You got them back there.
Got a load because I'm a Game Elite member. But
I bet you are. You should have a gold card by now.
yeah, exactly. I should have a fucking share in the fucking place. So I had a look on there, looking yet again at like the Xbox Live, but for the PlayStation. I had a look at it, and I had a look on the Platinum and the games that are like kind of most played via the Platinum. So like it would be for Game Pass on Xbox. In God of War's the top one, and I thought, I'm so glad I did not just waste 45, 50 quid of my own money, my own hard-earned point money on that, and it's on there for the monthly price. I think it's $13.99 or whatever it is.
Depends how long it's on there. That's all I can say, because like you're saying now, you've got how many weeks worth of content.
Yeah.
And chances are by the time you're going to be 2 months down the line, and it's
easily
not going to be there when you come to it.
Well, just to look at it from there is what I've got. Star Wars Jedi Survivor on the go now. Then I've got Miles.
Miles.
Cyberpunk. Before we know it, then we're into October, and we've got the new Spider-Man, the new Assassin's Creed, which I'm not going to be jumping straight on. I've got it all pre-ordered because I was able to pull a quick one on that one as well, so that was a bonus. So I got the deluxe edition for the standard price because Game cocked up on the price. So thank you very much. That's it. That of all this money I've spent over the years on games, that's what I get back in fucking return. But yeah, I think, like I say, I think you're right. It depends on when I come to play it. Is it going to be, December, January time? Will it still be on there? I don't know. Obviously, I've not activated my PlayStation Net thing, PlayStation Plus. And when I do, it's only going to be standard to start off with, because I'll only be activating and signing up to that. It's because I'll be playing the Call of Duty online. So,
did you look at them other two games I sent you?
I seen one.
There was Lord of the Fallen.
I'm trying to think if it's the one that I've been looking at. It's got a guy on the front on it. So,
It looks a lot like God of War to me.
Let's have a look at it, because this might be up my alley.
I think it is. Brother's pretty good with these.
Yeah. See, I do like the look of it.
There you go.
$15.99. It came out in 2014.
Did it?
Yeah. That's what this photo.
That was under coming soon.
Was it?
Yeah.
What is in coming soon to? Oh, wait there.
No, just coming to the store soon.
Ah, right. So it says here all. Oh, it's coming out on Steam October 13th. Oh, no. What? No, it says here the Lords of the Fallen release date is Friday, October 13th. It arrives on PC via Steam, as well as PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Xbox XS.
Yeah, so that's next month.
So that's not out then. So let me have a look on game now, because I might have to pre-order that. Thanks.
I'll put another one on your list.
Yeah. Lord of the Fallen, isn't it? Let's have a look.
So I think you'll go with that one over the other one I sent you.
Yeah, release date 13th of October. $59.99. See, I wouldn't be looking at like, deluxe or anything.
No, it depends what it offers with it, because I'm assuming there's going to be no online again.
Yeah. Actually, brother, it says in here, journey across two expansive parallel worlds in an epic quest to overthrow Ador. While the living realm presents its own brutal challenges, untold terror lurks in the night marsh realm of the dead. But then it says here, a few down, unite or fight in online multiplayer. Experience it in single player campaign alone, or invite a second player to join your adventure online. But be warned, heroes from other realms can and will invade.
Invade. Is that on PlayStation?
PlayStation and Xbox, brother.
I know it's on Xbox. That's why I was asking about PlayStation.
So if it's coming on Xbox Game Pass, did you say?
No, I just said it was coming soon to the store.
Right. Okay. That might be one for me and a brother then.
I knew you was going to say that. Yeah.
You can hold my hand in the dark nights.
Oh, I bet I can.
But that will be one, maybe, getting January sales, maybe, because
Black Friday is probably more realistic.
I'm thinking if you were going to do it, like you say, wait around there, and then instead of getting it on launch, you kind of get the teething issues out the way as well.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah. It's one of them. It's definitely something we'll look at. It's just...
Yeah. I'm going to leave that tab open.
Don't even ask me to repronounce that other one. Fuck me.
Was that was the one with the skull helmet in the thing?
Yeah, the zombie skull thing in World War II.
What was it called?
Oh, you're expecting me to say that? It's on your bloody phone.
I know, but I've got a brother on here.
It's all right. I'll look then. What did I send it as?
Because that was on game as well, coming soon. Let's have a look. Clearance. I really need to get off this website.
Ad infinitum.
Does it say when it's coming out? There's an Avatar game coming out in December. RoboCop in November.
It doesn't say there where it comes out. You'd have to look.
Let's have a look. Oh, no. What's going on
ID
here?
space INF, and it should come
up. 1 second, brother. Let me get back to the top. Oh, no. What was it?
ID space INF.
Oh, no, it's come up with Batman 3 Beyond Gotham.
You kill me. Fuck's sake.
I thought I'd be honest.
Don't. Oh.
Because you actually sent us that. There it is. Right.
You found it by Nikon.
Yes, got it. So, it's only $34.99. Does look a bit. It's that one where that one in the white photo looks a bit dotty.
To be honest, all of that looks like your kind of thing. I'd say it reminded me of that Dead Island.
Yeah.
But obviously in World War.
Yeah. I'm just going to have to run a set, brother. I'm going to leave you to kind of hold the fort. Is that cool? I'll be 2 moments.
I got it. I'm holding it. Oh, I don't know. He's left me in the green room all alone. What can I do all on my own? I'm a wanker bear. What? I haven't seen Keef that song yet, actually. I might have to. It's been a while since we heard that. Oh, to be fair, that seems a good point, actually, to wrap up the games. Do you not think?
Yeah.
Oh. Now, this bit I'm actually looking forward to. Oh, go on, man. What, a Dr. Chocolate? Quite literally?
My imaginary friend did it.
Was that an accident, was it?
Yeah, my imaginary friend did it. Well, topped up with fat-free yogurt, so it made you feel better. It's in the fridge.
What, yogurts? I don't eat them.
Don't.
To be fair, I never made that cheesecake either. I was meant to make that for tomorrow.
Oh, it looks like it looked at 1 o'clock then, doesn't it?
No. I don't think they like appreciate the blender. It was fucking midnight. Yeah. Oh, I got shadows. Yeah, kill him. The zombie's back.
Here we are.
Shocking.
So yeah,
I
Lord,
was just saying that's probably a good point actually to wrap that one up on games.
what's that?
Oh, just that point. We said, you know, we're about half hour in. We just thought
Yeah.
that'd probably be a good point to actually move on.
Yeah, I'm just adding that one
Well, what's he writing there?
to my pad. I've put Lords of Fallen Brothers Co-op with a question mark.
Oh, whether I play or not, you'll be on it.
Yeah. Right, so I think we need to start with the main thing about today.
Hold
Is
on, this is why you got your wrestling top on, isn't it? That's your wrestling gear. I've seen that before.
yeah. Dream matches of how many matches have you made, brother?
Well, we said 9, didn't we?
Yeah.
But you're saying you can't do that. You're cheating and trying to do 10.
I've got 10. Whether that last one comes into play, it's entirely up to you. So
It depends. If the rest of yours beats mine, then no, not at all.
So we've got dream matches in WWE. So I think if we go with the 9 to start off with, right? I think if we fire back and forth, match 1 for you, then me, you, then me. So let me get this up on here.
Hold on then. Just to establish, there's no time limit on the event.
No.
So whatever matches we picked, we picked. We had certain rules to follow.
Yeah.
We had to have 1 women's match and 1 tag team match as a minimum.
Yeah.
And we got to pick any pay-per-view name that we wanted that already pre-existed.
Yeah.
So for me, mine was quite simple. I went Survivor Series.
My title was Vengeance.
Ooh.
Yeah, Vengeance.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, does a brother want to kick this one off, or would you like me to open us up?
I can start with my first match. So my opener would be D-Generation X, straight off from the bat. So that is the team of Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Road Dogg, and Jesse James.
Ah, dirty that.
plus X Pac. So this
Well,
is
he was.
Yep. So that's a 5-man tag match. It's going to be a 10-man tag, 5v5, taking on the NWO, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, and the Giant.
Ah.
Yes. So do I reveal my winner here, or do we let you reveal your first match?
No, you might as well put your winner in. Do you know how they win, or do you just put it across who's winning?
You what? Sorry.
Would you have an idea how they're going to win it?
Yes.
Go on then.
I've got it here. Is DX is the winner overall, with the help from China.
And
And I went with
blowing Hogan or Macho.
It was Hogan with the rocket launcher.
That old gun she used to come out with the flare.
Yeah, just straight in the nuts. Turned round, straight into a sweet down music. 1, 2, 3. Thank you for coming.
Boom.
So that's my match one.
Fuck man, that's a bit of an opener, that is. So I'll go for my opener.
Yeah.
Mine's the IC title.
Okay.
So I'm starting Intercontinental opening match.
Yeah.
We've got to go Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
Versus Gunter.
Ooh.
Versus DDP.
DDP. See, that's one person I did forget. Diamond Dallas Page.
Early on in his career, you couldn't fault him, really. He was a workhorse. He did a lot.
I tell you something, though. I was a big fan of his finisher. Big fan.
But it was always, I'm going to make him feel the bang.
Yeah.
It was always the bang.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, straight up, my winner was actually DDP.
Was it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, basically, Gunter powerbombed Perfect.
Yeah.
To finish him, and then he picks him up to do another one, and that's where DDP jumps in with the diamond cutter.
Yeah.
And literally, so as the power bomb's going down, the diamond cutter hits.
Wow.
And he basically pins Gunter.
That's a nice ending.
So
and he walks away into Continental Champion.
Yeah. See, to me, it was more that'd be more of a proper wrestling match.
Yeah.
Not it wouldn't necessarily be the most entertaining, but there would be a lot of grapples, a lot of actual wrestling moves in that match.
Yeah, you see, your opener is more of a wrestling match, is where my opener is more of an entertaining match. It's two factions going at each other.
See, mine's just to warm the crowd up. It's not to get them straight off.
Yeah.
That was, let people find the seats, steady themselves in. They're not going to have a shit match. They're going to have a decent match that carries it over.
Yeah. So it was DDP walked away with the Intercontinental Champion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. So match 2 for me is Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles.
Oh, pardon me, Angle and Styles.
Yeah, and it was a submission match, and the winner was Kurt Angle. But it came from the ankle lock, but it was nowhere. It was the actual. It looked more painful when he was lying down, wrapped himself round his leg with the ankle completely twisted. Yeah. It was that. Almost knocked me mic over then. That's how excited I'm getting here. But yeah, Kurt Angle wins that. But that was a submission match. No title in that one either, though. Titles will be. My first title match is actually in my next match. But yeah, so that's that one, brother.
So my second match.
Yeah.
Light heavyweight title. You're going to love this one.
Go on.
So you have to bear in mind this is 97. So we're having Guerrero,
Nice.
Rey Mysterio, and Dean Malenko.
Oh, dirty motherfucker.
Triple threat.
Eddie
What's
to take it.
Hold on. This was a ladder match.
Oh.
So we're going to have title up in the air. Ultimately, Eddie's taking it.
Yeah.
I did contemplate Malenko and I did contemplate Ray, but I just think I'm going to throw in a bit of the lie, cheat, and steal of Guerrero, where, yeah.
Would you have had Chavo come out and assist maybe, or?
To be honest, I nearly put Hugentoot in there.
Yeah.
But he was very hit and miss. When he hit, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
But his consistency wasn't there to, I don't necessarily blame him. He tried very high risk moves.
Yeah.
But not a lot of the time they paid off. So
nice.
No, it was going to be Dean forgets it's a ladder match.
I could see.
Ends up putting Ray in the clover leaf through the ladder.
Ooh.
And Eddie's going to climb up the other side of the ladder, like sort of tiptoeing up, sneaking up. Like Eddie would.
Vintage Eddie.
Yeah, and he's literally going to creep all the way to the top. And then as Malenko lets go of Ray and looks up to remember, that's where Eddie's going to drop the title out and go.
Nice.
So
thanks for coming.
Yeah. I just thought it'd be a quality ending to it, like just.
And that ending sounds right up Eddie Guerrero's alley.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it's the fact that 97, them three used to have some absolute brilliant matches.
Well, I think the first match for Eddie and Ray,
straight the showcase.
Yeah, which was WCW. Am I correct? Yeah.
Well, all three of them were in WCW.
Yes, they were.
But they were three of the main five in the light heavyweight picture at the time.
Yeah.
Because actually Jericho was in there.
Shit, yeah, he was, weren't he?
Yeah, that was when he originally started with the Lion Tamer and the Lion Salt, and then he kind of, when he turned heel, he came out of the light heavyweight so much.
It's a bit weird how that works, but I've got to say though, Rey Mysterio's first match in that full purple on the showcase, that is one of my all-time favorite outfits for Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
But yeah, is that match 2 for yourself done? Anything you want to throw in there?
No, that's 2 for 2.
So this one, let me figure this out now. So I've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a fatal 5-way tag team match for the World Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. So this would be Raw's tag titles back in the day. So do you know what I mean? So you had it was the black gold belt with the red in the middle. SmackDown would have the blue. Yeah, so that's that. So it would be one of my all-time favorite teams, the Road Warriors. The American Dream Nightmare. So that would be Dusty Cody Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
It would be the $1 Million Family. So Ted DiBiase and Ted DiBiase Jr., which obviously I grew up watching a lot more of his son than I did the actual $1 Million Man.
Whereas I got to watch the original $1 Million Man.
Yeah. So he was obviously in Legacy with Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. So there's those two. The Usos. And the last team, which was one of my other... It was a more recent favourite team. It was Team Angle, Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas. But the winners for that one was the Road Warriors. And it was just an all-out massacre. And it ended the only way the Road Warriors knew how to end it, which was, I can't remember the name of the finisher.
Doomsday Device.
The motherfucker. And yeah, it was Man, I love that film. That movie.
Are you killing me?
Oh,
My days, brother. Are you all right? Yeah.
yeah, I think so. Might have to call it there, brother.
Oh.
It's all these dream matches. It's got to me.
Well, by coincidence, mine's actually a tag team match next
Oh, sweet.
for the tag titles.
Yeah.
So mine's actually a 4-way.
Mm-hmm.
TLC. It's got to be TLC. I was going Chicago Street Fight, but I ended up on TLC.
Yeah.
So, dottily enough, just for the record, we actually don't know each other's. So we haven't spoke about this at all.
Nope.
So this is the first we're actually hearing. But funnily enough, my first team is LOD. Big, massive fan growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
They were my era. I've got the APA.
Oh, see, that's one I missed.
How could you forget your boys?
Yeah, man. Shit, that's my protection gone.
What did I say to you when we were doing this? I said you'd forget people like this.
Yeah.
Right. I've got the Hardys.
See, I did did think of using them, but I thought, to be honest,
Right.
I've got a couple of other teams. But yeah, go on, brother.
Yeah, well, the Hardys are in there basically to take the bumps.
Mm.
So you could imagine Farouk and Bradshaw throwing them around. You could see LOD doing the same.
Yeah.
And the fourth team in it is Rated RKO.
Ooh.
There's your kicker.
Fucking hell, man.
Edge and Orton.
Which, yet again, is another team that was very underrated. Didn't last as long as what people would like. And it even came with the awesome entrance mix music.
So my winners are
Yeah.
Rated RKO. And effectively what's going to happen is the Hardys, Matt's going to get absolutely annihilated by the Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Jeff's going to go for a swanton because he always does. And he's going to miss it. He's going to miss it off the 20-foot ladder. And that's him out of it.
Yeah.
So you're going to have Bradshaw in the clothesline from Hell on Animal. No, on Hawk, sorry.
Yeah.
And Hawk's going to do one of his infamous no-sells.
Yeah.
So he's literally going to fall over and get back up.
Yeah.
So then this is going to piss off Farouk and Bradshaw because the Warriors just won't sell.
No.
So this is literally going to turn into a brawl between them.
Yeah. Proper pacing.
Yeah. So Orton at some point did an RKO off the stage, up the ramp.
Yeah.
So he is off up there somewhere. Edge was put through the announce table, but now he's kind of got up. As they're going off, and Edge just literally climbs up and takes the title.
Happy days.
So, all this because the LAD just refused to sell.
Yeah, which we do know. APA were known for that. If you didn't follow what was already planned, or if it was too late to change the outcome of a certain match, you would pay the price.
And LAD are that stubborn that they would do that just to not look weak.
Yeah, definitely. So that's match 3 now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So match 4, for me, this has a very, very good twist that I think a brother might appreciate. So this is for... No, it's not actually. So this is actually... We've got Trish Stratus and Lita versus The Man and Sable.
Ooh.
You're
telling me this is evening game now, ain't you?
Eh?
You got to tell me this is evening game.
So this is an anything goes false count anywhere. But the winner is The Man in Sable. Yet again, the reason why I highlight it is because it's something you mentioned the other day. there's Becky Lynch, and then there's the man Becky Lynch. The man Becky Lynch, we're a big fan of. You know, I think
Blooded up nose, the SmackDown top, that's Becky.
That was the one that really stuck to us as fans. This really does take a bit of a twist for the turn, as we have Trish, who has the man handcuffed ringside. No kinky stuff, I promise. It's PG. Vince has already been on the blower. So obviously that's the man kind of eliminated. Sable is kind of being done over a bit by Lita, but Sable does bring it back with a little bit of help. But revert back to the man, because this is where the man's taking an absolute pacing because she can't defend herself, and we get the classic Becky with the bloody nose and all that sort of stuff. So it kind of brings back the man. So you've got that all going on. Then Sable kind of gets the upper hand, and the fans are confused. Why? And it's because a certain somebody comes out and hits them with an F5. It's her husband, Brock fucking Lesnar. Yes.
Where'd that come from? That's well out there.
Yes, very is. But it was just one of them. When I thought putting the match together, I would have liked to have seen Sable a bit more up here, and kind of, you see, for me as a fan, Sable, all I remember is she was just a piece of meat that just went out there. She had a fair matches and wins and all that sort of stuff thrown in. So I'm not
women's champion.
Yeah. I'm not taking anything like that away from her. The first thing that pops up when you type in Sable's Lesnar, so I thought that'd be kind of a cool twist. The man.
I'm surprised it weren't Playboy, actually. But I'm surprised it weren't Playboy.
Yeah, there is
that.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. Right, I'll be back in a minute.
Where she's sucking on that lollipop in the ring, like.
Yes.
You remember?
So that was kind of a twist that I thought, but I kind of thought, if I'm going to bring the man in, it's got to be the classic man. Where, it's an all-out brawl to start out with. The reason I kind of threw it out there to be a false count anywhere, anything goes, is because Lita doing the hardcore shit. I kind of thought, kind of making it a 2-on-1 where they kind of eliminate the man the way they did, but then the upper hand with Cheeky Brock coming in there. But like you say, Man and Sable get the win. But one last twist I do want to show is, me personally, at the end, they're able to get the man released. She comes to celebrate, but then Sable hits an F5 on the man, and then off they go on the horseback. That's Sable and Lesnar. That's them done.
To be honest, I could genuinely picture Sable and Lita top of the ramp. I could picture Trish down the bottom doing one over on Lita down by the ring announcer.
Yeah.
And then you could just picture them going through the curtain. Then kind of nothing, it swaps back to this side watching Trish again.
Yeah.
And then it'd suddenly shoot back and you just see Brock walking out with her.
Yeah, on a shoulder.
You could genuinely see that.
See, and the reason I did it so Lita took the F5 was because Lita is a fucking madhead, and she took some fucking bumps back in the day.
Yeah.
So that's my match 4.
Ooh. So my match 4 was for the women's title.
Yeah.
You just couldn't have written this, could you? So we start with the man.
Yeah.
Funnily enough. I hate to say it, but there's no way realistically you can leave Mrs. Flair out of it. Miss Flair. Just giving her accolades, and she's the big event player.
Big drawer.
Yeah. I got Alundra Blaze.
See, that was one that came to mind in another match I've got, but yeah.
Yeah. And I had Lita.
Yeah.
However, I'm adding one more person to this because it's one I feel I can't leave out.
Go on.
And it's got to be the ninth wonder of the world.
China.
Yeah. So, yeah, the issue I had with China was I just couldn't really fit her into a match with someone.
No.
She was saying that actually the only person realistically to compare her to was Rhea Ripley right now.
Yeah.
Which actually, had I thought about it a bit more, that probably would have been my match.
Because you've got the comparison between China, Eddie,
Yeah.
Rhea, Dom. Yeah.
But also the way that she's wrestling the men like China used to.
Yeah.
She's basically becoming China.
Yes. Yeah.
So, but I'm torn on this one. I was torn on which one would win it. That's my only stance. Like, my heart says one, my head says another.
Yeah.
Is my issue. But I do think overall, I would have to give it to the man.
Would you?
Yeah.
And yet again, that's the difference between Becky Lynch and the man, Becky Lynch.
Yeah. I just think that character herself would prevail in that match.
Mm-hmm.
But the only reason being because they're literally going to triple power bomb China through God knows what.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's only the teamwork that's literally going to take out China in the end.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have Flair trying to basically pull off a quick cheeky one on Alundra. And then Becky's just going to KO Charlotte, basically.
Yeah. Nice. So that's match 4. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that everything done and wrapped up on that one?
Yeah. Just let me put this in the bin 1 sec.
Yeah. Oh. So like we said, guys, none of these matches that we've put in or said have I seen his lineup and results, and he hasn't seen my lineup and results. So everything we're saying now is the first time I've heard his, vice versa. So we're in with match 5.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So this one is for the Intercontinental Championship on my side.
Yeah.
Title holder, Gunther. RVD versus Sheamus versus Bray Wyatt. But we've got the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. So this is, you've got your high flying via RVD, but that kind of doesn't happen because he's literally being passed from pillar to post via Gunther, Sheamus, Gunther
with the chop, Sheamus with the fucking white noise.
Yeah. And the Fiend kind of just waits for his moment to strike, as he does. But the ending to this is where it's another twist on my end. Is we have Orton come out as the Fiend looks like he's going to be overtaken here, and looks like he's going to be dethroning finally Gunther as the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. So just as the Fiend looks like he's going to get the upper hand and get the win, we have an RK out of nowhere. So he's thrown out the ring. Imperium come and help discard of the Fiend via the announce table. So this kind of looks like now it's Gunther Sheamus. So we have, because I can't take it away, it's one of the match of the years. Gunther Sheamus. Clash of the Castle last year. It was up there for one of the matches of the years, like I said. And yet again, it's an all-out war. But this time, Sheamus looks to be coming out on the top. But it goes dark. on come the lights. Well, just before the lights come on, we have the Imperium and Orton spread out on the top of the ramp with the rocking chair going back and forth, back and forth. The lights come on, and it's the Wyatt family. So we have Luke Harper, Eric Rowan, Braun Strowman, and behind Sheamus, with his sister Abigail, is Bray Wyatt. And Bray Wyatt comes out on top. I had to give it just that little twist, because the Fiend was discarded again, where we know the Fiend was shat on by Goldberg and all that sort of shit. Yeah, I said it. It was stupid.
Not just that, it was Vince as well.
Yeah, the Fiend could have been the modern day Kane and Undertaker in one, really, with everything that his creativity brought to that character. But I thought they're going to shit on him again, so they did. Imperium looked to do the number, but then, like I say, the lights went out. The whole world in his hand kind of thing. Fireflies light up. The rocking chair's there. And then you had the black sheep, which was Braun. The white sheep, which was Eric Rowan. And Luke Harper, I don't think he ever wore a mask. Did he?
He did originally.
He did, didn't he, originally? But
Yeah.
I think it was Rowan that became the white sheep and Braun was the black sheep.
Honestly, can't remember right now.
But yeah, obviously, when Wyatt gets the win, it's obviously the classic Bray Wyatt, the first Bray Wyatt from. So you had the funky Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
And the Fiend was nowhere to be seen after that. But yeah, so the winner for me was Bray Wyatt via the blackout. A quick change from the Fiend, but a classic throwback. And obviously, you know, a respect to what Bray Wyatt brought for us in his creativity, from the Wyatt family to the Fiend to the Firefly Funhouse. But at the same time, I thought I'd throw a tribute to Luke Harper again on that one. But yeah, so that's a road. Wyatt walks away, and he's the one that finally dethrones Gunter.
Interesting.
Yes.
So, match 5.
Yeah.
We have the original NWO.
So that's
Hall, Nash, Hogan.
Yeah.
We're going for the 6-man tag.
Yeah.
Their opponents are Goldberg. I like that look. Brock Lesnar.
Oh.
And this one, I couldn't leave him out, was the British Bulldog, Davey Boy Smith.
Oh, Davey Boy.
Let's face it, we are British, we are English, and, you know, he's always going to be a soft spot for us.
Yeah.
So we've got these 3 monstrous men, and we've got these 3 pansies. So, this is only ever ending one way. And we are having an NWO loss.
Yeah.
So we've got Bulldog. He's going to hit the running power slam on Scott Hall.
Yeah.
So obviously you have your normal match, bit blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then it's going to get to the point where all 6 get in the ring.
Yeah.
You're going to have 2 in the corners doing each other. Bulldog's going to hit the running power slam. Down goes Hall. Scott Hall's then, not Scott Hall, Kevin Nash is then going to take the jackhammer and spear off Goldberg.
Yeah.
Which then's going to leave Hogan with all 3. To which he's just literally going to walk into Lesnar. Lesnar's going to hit an F5. And Hogan's going to hulk up.
Yeah.
He's going to no-sell the fuck out of this move. He's just going to bounce back up on his knees and do his fucking shaking around. So, Bulldog's going to start hitting him. Then you're going to have Goldberg's going to start laying in from behind, and literally Lesnar's just going to pick him up and bang him another F5.
Would
And
that be?
That is going to be the one that does it, but it's just going to be the you lot are fucking around. Here's the no nonsense part of it. Just pick him up, bang. Now get up. So I just you have to throw the Hulk up in there, which kind of frustrates me because it is a bit stupid, but it is his character.
Yeah.
But let's face it, you could see Hogan not selling the F5
quite easily,
doing exactly that, and then having these massive blokes behind him pummeling him, and it's doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
And I just want this Lesnar to just walk over with this no nonsense bullshit and F5
Oh,
the fuck out. So
yeah.
But this was the next big thing, Lesnar. Not
up in quick. He took no shit either. He took no shit. That's the thing. Is that for that one for you, brother?
Yep. So that's me winners of them three.
Yeah. So for me now, I've got what 1, 2, 3, 4 more matches left, and I've got to say, I've got one fatal 4-way, which is my main event. I've got a 6-man tag, another fatal 4-way, and a tag team match. I'm jumping in with the tag team match here now. And this is, it's not a tag team that's been known, and it would be a massive dream being from the UK. Would be, I've already named them as the Scottish Psychos, which would be Rowdy Roddy Piper and Drew McIntyre. And they would take on right now. And this yet again is just out of sympathy, really, just because I never knew it's one match he wished he had with this person, which was Mick Foley and Terry Funk. But we're looking Chainsaw motherfucking Charlie right here.
Yeah.
And we had Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
But this ain't your ordinary tag team match. It's a Piper's Pit brawl. So it kind of goes from there. It kills me to do it, but it's Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack that walk away with the win after a vicious what's it called now, where they set the table on fire. And
setting the table on fire.
Yeah. It's Cactus Jack that takes it to Drew McIntyre, straight through that, boom, which we did see Mick Foley do to Edge at WrestleMania. So that's why I thought I'd throw that in there. But Rowdy Roddy Piper couldn't get and help Drew McIntyre because Chainsaw Charlie was chasing him with a chainsaw. Just thought I'd throw that in there. Some daft shit. But you could just picture Rowdy Roddy Piper selling that shit. Do you know what I mean? And so, yeah, I thought the Scottish Psychos, because when Rowdy Roddy Piper got going, he was one of the meanest guys on the microphone.
Yeah.
It's just the kill for Drew McIntyre. I have a lot of time and respect from what Drew McIntyre has done over the years to where he is now. But I just thought, I never knew how much Mick Foley wished that he had a bit more time with Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack, a bit more than what was given.
Yeah, to be honest, the story of how it actually became Chainsaw Charlie was an interesting one.
Yeah.
So basically, there was, I don't know, you might not remember it, but basically there was a big wooden box up the top of the stage one day on Raw.
Yeah.
And everyone's looking at what's in this box, And so this was supposed to be the reveal of Terry Funk.
Yeah.
And so when he speaks to him backstage, he's like, well, what's the plan here? What's the angle? And they're like, you're going to come out the box. He's like, is that it? They were like, well, yeah, you just got to come out the box and
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah.
He was like, no, we can't be doing this. He's like, right, give me some chainsaws. I've already got this red shirt. Give me some dungarees and give me something to put on my head. So as it happened, the only thing that could get for his head was a pantyhose. So he already had the red shirt himself. They got him the dungarees and they got him the chainsaw. And the idea was obviously chainsaws out of it.
Yeah.
So it made a bit more sense as to him chainsawing out of it being Chainsaw Charlie. And apparently it was one of the biggest regrets he ever had.
Really?
It was actually naming Chainsaw Charlie. But he'd said it just literally went like straight off in his head.
Just, yeah.
And so they went with it and they were like, yeah, we're loving it, do it. So yeah, that's actually how the character of Chainsaw Charlie became Chainsaw Charlie.
Wow.
So
yeah, so that was my one there, brother. So what was yours?
Well, just to point some out here, Roddy Piper is not on my list. However, I did give him some thought in a lot of situations. The same with McIntyre, because originally I was going to pair Bulldog with McIntyre.
Oh.
But basically, I've ended up going this way instead.
But I got to say though, I thought of Bulldog, but I've done the opposite. You've used Bulldog and I've used Piper. So I think that's kind of a cool little mix we got there.
Yeah, I just think if we could have had maybe 2 more matches, they'd have ended up in there. But
yeah.
So my match 6.
Yeah.
We're going 60 minute Iron Man. I'll get the words out. We're going 60-minute Iron Man match.
Yeah.
Triple threat. First ever in history. We're starting with Macho Man.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. AJ Styles.
Oh, Dotty.
And the showstopper. The headliner.
Oh.
Good old HBK himself.
Yeah. Yes.
That
would have been a good one.
But that was actually going to be my opening match.
Was it?
But because of it being the Iron Man, I thought I'd have to move it.
Yeah.
But this one, the second it hit me, I was like, there is no change in that whatsoever.
Oh. I'm going to have told you there, brother. Marshall's woke up. One sec.
How rude.
I know.
Oh. We're doing good. Don't forget, collect your channel points off Keith. Yeah. No. Oh. Let me grab this. Oh. Man, it's hot. We're supposed to be in autumn and we're having the hottest days of the year. What's going on? Unreal. Absolutely unreal. If you see me looking up there, it's because you're on my telly. Yeah. So. You'd have to let us know who's winning this one. I think there's two very good match cards going on. And we got a ghost. I can see. Who's hiding behind the curtain? Special guest appearance? No? Oh. There we go. That's a better angle. You can see my good side, not my bad side. My good side, my bad side. My good side, my bad side. Oh, you're going to think I'm loopy. Oh. Can we make this one up on the floor? Right. Are you sort of another person who would like in this? How can we do this? Think, bot. Think. That's how we're going to do it.
Right, sorry, brother. Where were you at?
Well, I'm so glad you give me that because I just thought of someone else that I've completely forgot about.
Yeah.
And as soon as he's popped in my head, I'm like, for fuck's sake, I really need to put him in. So you've just managed to give me just enough time to squeeze him in.
Go on.
Not yet. That's in a bit. Right, so the first fall, actually, believe it or not, is going to be a triple countdown.
All right.
So what was it? You're going to have AJ on in the flying forearm on Macho Man to the outside, off the top rope over forearm, whatever it is. Pardon me. Then you're going to have Michaels hit the moonsault.
Yeah.
But when he hits the moonsault, he's going to make it look like he's just twatted his head off the announce table at the same time.
Ooh.
So basically, the two are knocked down for the 10 from the move, and he's down for the 10 off this knocking.
Yeah.
So they all get a fall there.
Yeah.
Then we're going up to about 7 minutes to go.
Yeah.
And this is where your winner comes into it. So Michaels is going to hit Savage with a switch in music, but he's not going to get all of it. This is going to be one of them sort of off, and only just catches him kind of ones that,
Yeah.
occasionally happened. So AJ is then going to basically do over Michaels.
Yeah.
He's going to hit the Star Splash. And as he's going to roll over Michaels, you're going to have Savage top rope. And you know what comes after that.
Yeah.
Which, to be fair, that is the best elbow drop in the game. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
Top rope elbow, there was none better than Savage himself. And the madness is going to pin AJ Styles 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much going to be the end of that.
Like it.
It saves the nitty gritty in between, But
yeah.
Basically, it's going to be a 2-1-1, and it is going to the madness.
Yeah. So if I've got my facts right here, we've got 3 matches remaining. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the business end of it now. Come on.
Yes. Yeah. So we have got the 6-man tag. So we've got Evolution, but there's no Triple H because Triple H has already been used at the start via DX. So we've got a young Randy Orton, a young Dave Batista, led by the 16-time world champion Ric Flair, taking on the Brothers of Destruction. But I'm thinking the first Brothers of Destruction. So when the American Badass first appeared, we had the Kane in one of the awesome suits with the rated R superstar Edge. But I'm thinking, if I'm right, is it the Blood Broods when it was Gangrel, Christian?
The Brood?
Yeah, the Brood, that's it, sorry. So coming to the end of that, just before Edge does establish as a single superstar, this is kind of the last bit before he becomes his own unique person. So that's why I threw him in with the Brothers of Destruction. And I think ultimately this is probably the most stalest match of the night because there's no massive interruptions. It's an all out standard match that you'll get. Yet again, it's more of your entertainment match, but Kane would pick up the win for the Brothers of Destruction and Edge, and the one taking the fall would be Randy Orton. Yet again, nothing special in that one. Nothing special. So I'm talking like Randy Orton with hair down and it was flat here.
Yeah.
We had Dave Batista with, I think, 5 tattoos.
Yeah.
And Ric Flair kind of coming out of his peak where he took on more of the manager role, didn't he, for Evolution?
Around the time he tag titled with Batista, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. So that was kind of, I think, the most stalest one of the night, but still enough up there to go with that.
Mine's just getting to one of the better ones of the night.
Yeah.
You're going shit, I'm going up now. So we're having a fatal 4-way submission match. I quit, whichever version you want. It's submission. It's got to be.
Yeah.
So the first name on that list has got to be the excellence of execution himself.
Bret
the Hitman Hart. We're going controversially to some people, but not to others. Chris Benoit. The crippler himself. We've got Seth frickin' Rollins And to top it all, we have the icon Sting.
Oh, dirty that.
That they all have submission moves. Granted, Rollins and Benoit's the same.
Yeah.
However, and Sting and Brett's is the same.
Yeah.
There is kind of a reason for this. So I'll cut it short. Basically, Brett's going to get Benoit in a sharpshooter. Sting is going to get Rollins in the sharpshooter.
Yeah.
Rollins is going to tap twice. And on the third way down, Benoit is going to stop him from tapping.
Oh.
So Benoit's going to grab his hand while he's in the sharpshooter himself. Benoit is going to stop him from tapping.
Because that would give Sting the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going to happen is at this point, give it a minute or so, Benoit is then going to pass out and release Rollins' hand.
Oh.
So the ref at this point calls for the bell.
Because Benoit's passed out.
But they look at he can't give a genuine decision.
Because
Rollins has tapped for the third time.
Yeah.
And Benoit has passed out. Which ultimately, this actually is going to lead to a Bret Hart Sting feud.
Yeah.
However, there is no clear winner. There is a joint win between Bret Hart and Sting. But Benoit never submitted.
I do like that twist. And I've got to say, I know we don't hear a lot about Benoit. And unfortunately, what happened has happened. You know, I'm not going to go into any detail about that. If you are interested in that all I recommend is the Dark Side of the Ring on YouTube. That will bring you up to speed of everything that we know. But to be honest, it's not nothing I want to touch on because I feel like that's, you know.
I think it was a shame for such a great wrestler. I think he was very underrated.
I'll be honest, brother, that's where I was going to go with it next. I was kind of, you know, not forget what's happened, because unfortunately what's happened has happened, but his career, he finally got the world title. He was going places, but obviously mental health and all this sort of stuff. But yeah. I think for you to throw it in there.
If we keep it strictly wrestling, his in-ring ability was second to none.
Definitely.
Especially in his early WCW days when he was taking on Raven and the Flock. And
yeah.
You know, them kind of days, he was pretty flawless.
You can't take it away from him.
No, but I also, that twist of Benoit not tapping would be a legit thing to me.
Yeah.
So I just thought that would be a great little twist there where he stops Rollins and then he just basically passes out and drops his hand and call me a winner. Well, then 2 left.
So 2 left. So it now comes to the women's championship.
Oh.
So we have one of my all-time favorite, Raquel Rodriguez, taking on Bianca Belair, who is the title holder, taking on Beth Phoenix, taking on the 9th wonder of the world, China. Now, you got to think, Raquel, the only reason I've thrown her in there because the strength.
She's a big, strong girl.
Yeah. Yet again, it's the same with Belair. She doesn't look as big, but her frame's very underrated.
She is strong now for what she is.
Yeah. So for me, really, Beth and Rodriguez, they literally just exhaust each other out. But it's Belair that kind of takes Beth and Rodriguez out through a spear through the barrier, leaving the 9th of the wonder, 9th wonder of the world, looming in the background to then take the win and rightfully become the women's world champion.
Pedigree.
Yeah, without a doubt, I think that would be one hell of a match, and I think the underdog would be Rodriguez, without a doubt.
Yeah,
but I think experience overshadows, where a veteran would oversee.
Yeah.
Face themselves, as where you've got Belair, Rodriguez kind of going at it, burning themselves out, but then Beth, obviously her strength with Rodriguez's as well, they burn each other out. Simple spear in the eye of the husband, Edge, but then, like you say, China to take the win for that. But yeah, that's my eighth match. Eighth match.
All right. Oh, I forgot to mention that last match was for the heavyweight title.
Dirty fucker.
The one for Brett, Benoit, Rollins, and Sting.
Yeah.
I've even got it right there, and I still fucking forgot. So anyway, we're on to the penultimate match.
Yeah.
And it's a very important one, because this one, we've got to go with the Hell in a Cell. And there's only one person who's going to start off in there, isn't there? And we're actually going with the Brothers of Destruction.
Yeah.
We're going for a triple threat tag team match here, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Inside Hell in a Cell.
Nice.
So we've got the Brothers of Destruction versus Cactus Jack and the Fiend.
Oh.
Versus Yokozuna and Vader.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to twist it there. I thought you might have gone Umaga.
I thought about it, but I know that Yoko and Vader were a legit team at one point under Cornette.
It's time. It's Vader time.
It also, the fact that Vader and Yoko both had history with Taker.
Yeah.
So I thought it was only fair. That was my 6.
What about, would it have you got Mr. Is it Mr. Fung? Is it Fang? Yokozuma's manager?
Mr. Fuji.
Fuji, what the fuck did I get Fang from? I'm thinking Central.
No idea.
Yeah, is he around, or with it being?
No. This was Jim Cornette.
Yeah.
But to be fair, he's on the outside. He's locked out of this one. So, picking up the win is going to be the Fiend.
Oh, cheeky that.
It is. However, we're going to have a random surprise appearance through the ring. So he's basically just going to appear from under the ring.
Under the ring, yeah.
You know, lights off, lights on. Here he comes. And so basically, you're going to have Undertaker holding Cactus for the choke slam. To be honest, I couldn't leave Cactus out of a Hell in a Cell.
No.
So lights go off, lights come on. The Boogeyman is there.
Oh, I thought you were going to twist it. There, but I did think Boogeyman. Yeah.
Well, this was actually supposed to be the 4th tag team in the match, but they got took out prior to the match.
Yeah.
Not that you'd know that, but you do know.
No.
So Taker's basically going to let go of Cactus. He's going to turn on to Boogeyman, choke slam him. He's rolling out. Lights go out. He disappears. Cactus, sweet shin music, double arm DDT. Taker kicks out. Match carries on.
Yeah.
You're then basically going to have your normal Cactus goes flying off the cell. Only this time the cell's going to be up in the air.
Oh.
So you're going to have Taker and Kane with Cactus up there.
Yeah.
Which, don't ask me quite how that happens, but basically it ended up with them 3 because Yoko and Vader couldn't get up.
Yeah.
So they ended up keeping the Fiend down below. They're proper pommeling on him. You know, the bonsai drop, the Vader bomb. So Kane and Taker together are literally just going to throw Foley off the top of this. But it's only going to be 6 foot further up. Foley's going to take his normal bump. This one's a bit more fucking planned, like, you know, a bit more safety. So that's Cactus out of it. Basically, the lights are going to go out again. You're going to have the rocking chair up the top.
Oh,
Yeah, but you're not going to see this one coming. So the smoke's coming out, and you're basically going to have a dangling skull that's giving off the smoke.
oh, Papa.
There he is.
Yes.
Papa Shango
Yes.
is basically joining Bray Wyatt.
Oh.
And he's just going to do his normal voodoo thing at the top of the ring, which is going to stop Vader. Vader's going to start throwing up. Yoko's going to shit himself like he used to.
Yeah.
The cage is going to come back down, leaving Taker and Kane on the outside stuck with the door shut.
Yeah.
And basically the lights are going to disappear again. Papa's going to disappear. As the lights come back on, you're just going to have Yoko in the Sister Abigail. Fucking hell, he's too excited. And he's going to hit Sister Abigail on Yokozuna for the win.
And that's that. Dirty that. That would have been a very interesting team. Very.
To be fair, that's the one I've just made up on the fly in the time you disappeared and came back. I'd already thought about the Boogeyman, but I couldn't really fit him in. But then my idea was that if I paired him with Papa,
yeah,
them two effectively would be becoming part of the Fiend's clan, which would have fit with the Fiend.
Yeah.
Cactus, like I said, was in there just to take the bump.
Yeah.
That's literally all Cactus was in there for.
I think that's all Cactus knows.
Yeah. But it's the one moment everyone talks about in the entire match still. So
yes.
There you go.
So
and we're down to it.
Last but not least, it's the ultimate main event, and it's for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it is a fatal 4-way. So we're going to have The Rock taking on Stone Cold Steve Austin, taking on John Cena, taking on the reigning, defending champion, Seth fucking Rollins. And for me, yet again, it's just one of those matches where it was the highlight, where if Cena was to overcome this, which going back to when JBL was on commentary for Friday Night SmackDown, he came up with the name Big Match John, where it led to he was there, but he couldn't quite take the 17th title.
Yeah.
So that's the highlight there, but it doesn't happen for Cena. As much of a Cena fan I am, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So we have The Rock pissed because not only is he in there with one of his arch enemies in Stone Cold Steve Austin, but we have Cena who is taking all the spotlight. So The Rock settles the beef with him again because, it was the pass of the torch and all that sort of shit at WrestleMania. It was over 2 Manias, one match, never before, never seen, load of BS because it happened the following Mania. So that eliminates them two for the bad blood. And the reason being, it not being, a lot of people would say, why isn't it settled between The Rock and Austin, is because that was ended a lot longer ago before Cena and The Rock. So this would give Steve Austin and Rollins a good go, where I think ultimately this was going to be the main event, Steve Austin, Seth Rollins. But I kind of thought Steve ain't going to take none of the, high flying shit and all this sort of stuff. So Rollins kind of gets hit with the hard Austin. So where literally every time an opponent tried to get the upper hand on Steve, it'd knock him back 2 steps.
Yeah.
With either a spine buster, the double elbows, all this kind of shit,
Luther's press.
all that sort of stuff. So he kind of puts Rollins in his place. Rollins is recovering. You got Rock, Cena giving each other an absolute pacing outside the ring. Steve Austin does the casual thing where he's in the corner of the ring, legs across, bottle of fucking can on the go. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bottle of beer on the go. He kind of thinks to himself, it's time. Goes outside, but he doesn't brawl. He does the classic Austin and gives him a beer. Then he stuns the motherfuckers, goes in the ring. Because Rollins is only just coming from the pacing, he turns round. Boom. It was a stunner, followed by another stunner. 1, 2, 3. Austin walks away with the world title, and Cena, with the world around him, everything crumbling before him, stuck on 16 titles. The Rock, his ego got the better of him, and Rollins, well, he just never fucking turned up.
Love it.
So that's my main event, and I think that itself, for me, looking at when I said Austin Rollins for the main event, I think the one that would have suited Austin a bit more would have been Cena, because he's quite a hard hitter, but he can kind of give it. But then I liked it more because Rollins does sell moves very fucking well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'm guessing Cena Rock would have been your other match.
Yes, yeah, but then...
So you've just kind of combined it into a 4.
Yeah, but then,
Yeah.
you know, I kind of had the thought of, well, I'd like Cena Austin, but then I'd like Rollins Austin because Rollins sells like The Rock. But then you've got the bad blood, and I don't want to revisit a match that has actually already happened.
Yeah.
Rock and Cena.
Well, there's a reason why I think like this. We have the main event over this side, and this one is a last man standing fatal 5-way.
Ooh, cheeky that.
So once you're out, you're out.
Yeah.
Last man standing out of all 5 wins it. And we're opening with the good old Texas Rattlesnake himself.
It's Stone Cold! It's Stone Cold!
We have John Cena. We have The Rock.
Yeah.
Look at this. It's yeah. However, in this we also have Kurt Angle.
Ooh.
And we have the Game himself.
Triple H.
So we're going with heel angle, not face angle.
So this is him coming out with the hat and milk, no?
No. So this was where I'm the freaking Olympic gold medalist, you know. You lot should be pleased.
Yeah.
So you're going to absolutely lose your mind at this. So we're basically going for, not far into it, Angle is going to get took out.
Yeah.
Not sure 100% how, but basically Angle's going to be the first to go. On his way back up the ring, he's basically going to attack Austin.
Yeah.
And he's going to take Austin up the ramp with him, and he's going to carry on basically wailing on him.
Yeah.
Which is going to leave Cena, Rock and Triple H together. So Cena's going to F5 the Rock.
Yeah.
Through the announce table. Triple H is then going to lay blow Cena. He's then going to place him onto the steps and use the steps for a good old like head bashing.
Yeah.
At which point, you've already missed a bit of this because the camera hasn't shown it. But what you don't realise is there is a Hell in a Cell slowly dropping down from the ceiling.
Yeah.
So, Rock's going to gradually drag himself over to be next to Cena.
Yeah.
Triple H is not paying attention and he's carrying on with Cena. So Triple H then is going to get a bump on the head with this cell and realise, hey, fuck, it's coming down. At which point Cena is going to grab the legs.
Yeah.
Preventing Triple H from moving. The cell is then literally going to drop right the way down on top of all three men. The ref is going to start counting. 1, 2. The next thing is you're going to see Cena bench press half of the cell.
Oh.
So you can imagine him on his back. His arms are there. He's literally he's just about going to get it enough that little son of a bitch, Triple H, gets free.
Yeah.
So Triple H is going to get up on the count of 9. Cena can't move. Rock can't move. The cell's on him. This is why I had to have the Hell in a Cell before it, for the record.
Yeah.
The crowd are going absolutely nuts at this point because the next thing you see will be Austin legging it to the ring. And you just know he's going to open up that can of whoop ass on Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H is going to sell it like a mother. And you know it's coming with that stunner. Triple H is spitting his water all over the place. And the ref goes 1, 2, 3.
Thank you for coming.
I have to use the Universal title because I've already used the heavyweight.
Yeah.
For this. But I just thought that little thing of the cell coming down. Because I wouldn't want Cena to lose by being incapacitated.
Yeah.
The Rock just kind of became secondary.
Yeah.
The main point was that you're always going to have that little sneak thief of Triple H come out. Somehow he always ended up out of the three.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, if you had it as Dwayne Johnson as he is now, you could effectively see them both pushing it up and Triple H legging it then.
Yeah.
You know, then grabbing onto the cell so it fucking come back down on him, you know.
Yeah.
You could just see that. But that was what I was going with.
I think we've had some very, very good matches on that. And I think what I would like to do personally is I think we should make this once a month, but keep your notes at hand. And I think with it being once a month thing, if we drop it down to 5 matches, 5 or 6, maybe 6, so we're eliminating 3.
Flip me, I struggled doing 9.
But we can't use the same people in the same matches again. So you can't have the same main event, say, as your opener this time next month. And I can't have DX NWO finish my pay-per-view. If you get what I mean. How would that sound? Do you think that would be something you'd be intrigued with?
I think that's something we need to discuss, brother.
Yeah.
I
just think the amount of detail we've gone into, and I think we could hype it up for, the last Friday of the month. It's, podcast.
Even though we're on the second Friday of the month,
Well, this is the first time we've done it, you see.
But it's still the second Friday. No, it's fine. Yeah, definitely. I mean, ultimately, we could virtually do GM mode.
Yes.
Just without the computer. We just do it by hand, like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Back in my day, we did it by hand.
That's it. But I'm going to be wrapping it up this end anyway. I've got to shoot. I'm up at 4:30 in the morning.
I've got to shoot too, so you're all good there.
Aye.
I'm all good there. I've got to shoot too.
I've got to say, we've not had anyone jump in today and ask any questions. Not gutted. But I do want to give a shout out to Killer, Saj. I hope you're feeling a lot better soon. As Saj was meant to be on today with us, but unfortunately he's not very well, thanks to catching a sickness bug or something like that off his partner. So hopefully he's feeling a bit better soon, and that will be another one we will reschedule. at a later date. But yeah, get better soon, brother.
Yeah.
I thought we'll give you a shout out anyway. But yes, guys, that's going to be everything from me here. I hope you've enjoyed what we've brought today. So a quick recap: we had Starfield to open up. And then we just jumped straight at, we kind of touched on multiple games around Starfield, Fallout, etc. And then we had something that me and a brother were looking forward to, which was dream matches in the WWE. And I think some real good matches there. I'm going to keep my notes at hand. So if we do revisit this and we do make this a monthly reoccurrence, I won't be using the same things again. But
I've schooled you on this one.
only going to get harder, I think. It's only going to get harder.
It will, but I actually think it'll get easier because it takes away.
Yeah. 1 second, brother. Yes, I'm going to have to shoot because I am being needed upstairs. My youngest is awake. So yes, guys, thanks for watching. Anything else you want to say, brother, before we end this?
No, we're getting good at making these up on the fly quite recently.
Yes, yeah. we had a plan in place, but we kind of patched it up. And yet again, I'm not going to take credit for this one because this one was your own thought on the dream matches, which I'm not being funny. As hard as it was to put those 9 matches together, it was a headache of doing it because there's so much you think of and so many things you want to throw in. But yeah, it was worth the time and effort and the headache that came with it.
Definitely.
But yeah, everyone, from my end, take care. I will see you Monday when I'm back on Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And yes.
And we'll see you next week on Friday.
That's it for podcast number 5. It's 5 time. 5 time.
Oh, we're not talking about Booker, are we? To be fair, neither of us used him.
No.
Although, to be fair, in his early days, I favoured him a lot more in his early days, just after he split up from Harlem Heat. But
yeah.
Anyway.
But I would say huge respect to King Booker. Huge respect because with Queen Chantal, I think. But yeah, that's a can of worms that we don't need to. Yeah, see, I'm off. I'm not on cue today. I'm not on cue.
It's because you're waiting for bed.
That's it.
Get your sleep,
yes, guys. See you soon and have a good weekend. See you later.
Bye.